Hello, my English learners. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here with me today. Whether you're tuning in while you're out for a walk, driving, cooking, or just relaxing, I want to say a big thank you for being part of this podcast. It truly means a lot to me, and I'm excited to support you on your journey to mastering English. In this episode, we're diving into a topic that challenges many English learners: understanding native English speakers. If you've ever felt like native speakers talk too fast, use too much slang, or sound unclear, you're definitely not alone. You might have wondered, why is it so hard to follow conversations with native speakers, or how can I keep up with their fast speech? Don't worry. These are common thoughts. The great news is that you can absolutely improve, and I'm here to guide you step by step. We'll break everything down and I'll share useful tips to help you better understand natural English conversations and boost your confidence in listening. Why is it difficult to understand native speakers? You might believe that knowing grammar and vocabulary is enough. But understanding spoken English, especially in real-life conversations, is more complex. That's because of things like fast speech, different accents, informal expressions and slang, connected speech, where words blend together. These may seem confusing right now, but don't worry, we'll make them easy to understand. Have you ever spoken to a native English speaker and felt completely lost? Maybe you picked out a few words, but the rest flew by too fast to follow. This is totally normal, and it usually happens because 1. Native speakers often talk quickly and don't pronounce every word clearly. Words are often combined or shortened. For instance, instead of saying going to, they might say gonna, or want to becomes wanna. These forms sound very different from what's in textbooks. 2. Accents and regional variations make listening harder. English is spoken in many countries, and each region adds its own flavor. British English, American English, Australian English, they all sound different. If you're unfamiliar with an accent, it might feel like a whole new language. 3. Slang and informal phrases are used all the time in everyday talk. These expressions aren't usually taught in traditional classes. For example, if someone says "what's up," they just mean hello or how are you? Not a literal question. 4. Connected speech is another challenge. This is when words flow together. Instead of hearing "I'm going to go," it might sound like "I'm gonna go." The words link together, and if you're not used to it, it can be hard to follow. But don't feel discouraged, these are all natural parts of spoken English. And with regular practice, your understanding will improve. Tips to understand native English speakers better. Let's go over some powerful techniques that will help you make real progress. Tip 1. Listen to real conversations. To get used to natural English, you need to hear real people speaking. Textbook audio is often slow and overly clear. It's not how people speak in daily life. Start by listening to podcasts, interviews, or YouTube videos. Pick topics you enjoy: sports, movies, cooking, anything that holds your interest. The more you hear real conversations, the easier it will get. Don't worry about catching every single word. Focus on the overall meaning. It's normal not to understand everything. Rewind when needed. Over time, your brain will get used to the patterns and rhythm of English speech. Tip 2. Get familiar with different accents. English speakers come from all over the world, and each region has its own way of speaking. The New York accent sounds different from the London one, and both differ from an Australian accent. If you know you'll be speaking with people from a certain area, try to listen to more content from that region. Watch shows, listen to podcasts, or follow YouTubers from that place. The more you hear that accent, the easier it becomes to understand. Don't get frustrated, it's okay to need time to adjust. Tip 3. Focus on important words. You don't need to understand every single word. In most conversations, the important words carry the meaning. These are usually nouns, names of things or people; verbs, action words; adjectives, descriptive words. For example, if someone says, "I'm heading to the market to pick up some vegetables," you really just need to catch, market, pick up, vegetables. That tells you what's going on. Try listening to short clips and picking out the most important words. Then, summarize the conversation in your own words. This builds your listening and comprehension skills. Tip 4. Use subtitles. When watching movies or videos, turn on subtitles. First, if necessary, use subtitles in your native language. But when you're ready, switch to English subtitles. This helps you connect spoken words to written ones. Eventually, challenge yourself to watch without subtitles. It'll push you to depend more on your ears and improve your listening skills naturally. Just remember, subtitles aren't always perfect. Use them as a helpful tool, not a crutch. Tip 5. Break sentences into chunks. Long sentences can feel overwhelming. But native speakers often pause between thoughts. Listen for those natural breaks. For example, "I went to the cafe // met an old friend / and we had a long chat." Try pausing after each chunk and repeat what you heard. This makes listening easier and helps you process meaning step by step. Tip 6. Try the shadowing technique. Shadowing means listening and immediately repeating what you hear. Try to match the speaker's tone, speed, and rhythm. This method improves your pronunciation, rhythm, and listening all at once. It helps your brain and mouth work together so you start thinking and sounding more like a fluent speaker. Pick short audio clips and practice daily. Don't worry if it feels hard at first, practice makes perfect. Tip 7. Listen to a variety of accents. Don't limit yourself to one kind of English. Try watching shows from different countries, British dramas, American sitcoms, Australian documentaries. Listen to how words are said differently. With time, your ear will get better at adjusting to new accents. This will help you feel more confident speaking with anyone, anywhere. Tip 8. Slow it down. If the speech is too fast, adjust the playback speed. Many audio apps and video platforms let you slow down the speech. Start at 75% or 80% speed and gradually increase it as you get more comfortable. Slowing down lets you hear each word more clearly, and it helps your brain process speech more effectively. Tip 9. Don't be afraid to ask questions. If you're having a real conversation and you don't understand something, speak up. Say, "Sorry, could you repeat that? I didn't catch that, can you say it another way?" Most native speakers will be happy to explain. They appreciate your effort to learn and will gladly support you. Tip 10. Use context clues. Even if you don't understand every word, try to guess meaning from the situation or topic. For instance, if someone says, "Let's grab a bite," and you're talking about food, you can guess it means let's eat. Context clues are super helpful. Your brain naturally starts filling in the gaps over time. Just keep practicing. Tip 11. Be kind to yourself. Finally, remember this: learning a language is a journey. It takes time, and that's okay. Don't feel bad if you struggle to understand at first. You are improving, even if you don't see it every day. Celebrate small wins like understanding a new word or following a conversation for a few minutes without help. It's not about being perfect. It's about progress. Keep going, and you'll get better step by step. Tip 12. Try listening comprehension exercises. If you're looking for a structured way to boost your listening ability, comprehension exercises are a great tool. Many apps, websites, and books provide activities where you listen to a recording and answer questions about it. These help you practice listening for important information, something you'll need in real conversations. Start at your current level and slowly take on more challenging material. This will not only sharpen your understanding of native speech but also train you to catch key details more effectively. Tip 13. Grow your vocabulary. The more words you know, the easier it becomes to follow conversations. If you're only familiar with basic terms, you'll likely struggle when native speakers use idioms, phrasal verbs, or slang. Make it a habit to write down new words you hear in podcasts, shows, or during reading. Learn how they're used in real-life situations. Focus especially on collocations, common word combinations like take a break or make a decision. This helps you understand how words naturally fit together. Tip 14. Learn idiomatic expressions. English is full of idioms, and native speakers use them all the time. These can be tricky since their meaning isn't always clear from the words themselves. For example, break the ice doesn't mean shattering frozen water, it means starting a conversation. To become comfortable with idioms, try learning the most common ones first. When you hear a phrase you don't understand, look it up and try using it yourself. With regular exposure, idioms will start to feel more familiar. Tip 15. Practice active listening. Listening is more than just hearing words. When you practice active listening, you're focusing fully on what's being said. You pay attention to tone, body language, and context. One great technique is paraphrasing. Try to repeat the idea in your own words. If you can do this, it means you really understood the message. Also, avoid interrupting. Let the speaker finish so you catch the full meaning. This approach is very helpful in conversations. Tip 16. Join conversation groups. Speaking with others in English is one of the best ways to improve both your speaking and listening. Conversation groups, whether online or in person, give you a chance to practice in a friendly environment. You can meet learners from around the world, and sometimes even native speakers. Pay attention to different accents and try to understand what's being said before jumping into the conversation. The more you listen, the more confident you'll become. Tip 17. Understand stress and intonation. In English, stress and intonation can completely change the meaning of a sentence. For instance, saying "I didn't say you stole my book" with different word stress can imply different things. Start listening for these patterns when native speakers talk. Notice which words are emphasized and how their pitch rises and falls. You can practice by repeating after them, mimicking their rhythm and tone. This will help you understand the emotional and contextual meaning of spoken English. Tip 18. Use transcripts and listen again. Transcripts are an excellent tool to improve listening. Many audio resources offer them. A good method is to listen first without the transcript, then check it to see what you missed. Next, listen again while reading the transcript. This helps you match spoken words with written ones. Over time, try to listen again without looking, and you'll see your understanding improve naturally. Tip 19. Recognize fillers. Words like you know, and like are common in everyday English. At first, they might confuse you, but they're just fillers, used to give the speaker time to think. Don't focus on them. Instead, train your ear to recognize and ignore them so you can better concentrate on the actual message. With practice, your brain will automatically filter them out. Tip 20. Watch TED Talks and educational videos. TED Talks are a fantastic way to hear clear, thoughtful English. The speakers often explain complex ideas in simple language, and they speak at a pace that's easier for learners. You can use subtitles and transcripts to support your listening practice. Topics range from science and technology to personal growth, so you'll learn both vocabulary and ideas that are useful in real conversations. Tip 21. Focus on useful vocabulary. Advanced words are great, but daily English relies on practical vocabulary. Learn words and phrases related to your everyday life, food, travel, shopping, work, etc. These will help you participate in real conversations and understand what others are saying more easily. Practice using these words often so you become comfortable with them. Tip 22. Listen to a variety of audio. Try listening to different types of English content. News, interviews, casual podcasts, documentaries, and YouTube videos. Each type exposes you to new vocabulary and speaking styles. News programs are more formal, while YouTube and podcasts are casual. The more variety you listen to, the more comfortable you'll get with real-world English. Tip 23. Keep a listening journal. Create a notebook or digital file where you write down interesting words, phrases, and expressions you hear. Include where you heard them and how they were used. This helps you remember them and practice using them yourself. Over time, this builds your listening memory and improves your vocabulary. Tip 24. Use apps and technology. Today, you can practice English anytime with language learning apps. Duolingo, Babbel, Memrise, and Anki are great for listening and vocabulary. You can also try podcast apps like Spotify or Apple Podcasts to listen to real English content. Some apps like HelloTalk and Tandem even connect you with native speakers for live conversation practice. Use features like slowing down audio or repeating sections to suit your pace. With the right tools, your learning becomes more flexible and fun. Final message to the listener. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today on the English Fluency Teacher channel. I really hope you found these tips useful and encouraging as you continue your journey toward fluent listening. Always remember, understanding native English speakers isn't something that happens overnight. But with consistent effort, daily practice, and a positive mindset, you will get there. Every little improvement is a step forward, so celebrate your progress along the way. To quickly review, we talked about why native speakers can be hard to understand and shared helpful strategies like using transcripts, joining conversations, focusing on stress and intonation, and listening to different types of content. 5 easy tips to sound like a native English speaker in casual conversation. Master casual English, top 5 conversation hacks. Unlock fluent English, 5 tips for effortless conversations. Conversational English mastery, 5 must-know tips. The pain of awkward silence. Start with a relatable anecdote about a time you felt awkward in a casual conversation. Briefly explain how feeling confident and fluent in casual conversation can make a big difference in your daily life. Transition to the main topic by mentioning the 5 tips to help overcome this challenge. Tip number 1: listen up. Emphasize the importance of active listening, showing interest, and using nonverbal cues. Share examples of how active listening can lead to deeper connections and more engaging conversations. Encourage viewers to practice active listening in their own daily interactions. Tip number 2: find your conversation starters. Discuss various conversation starters that can break the ice and spark meaningful discussions. Share examples of different types of conversation starters, such as news, hobbies, or shared experiences. Highlight how asking open-ended questions can encourage others to share their thoughts. Tip number 3: embrace the power of storytelling. Explain how sharing personal anecdotes can make you more relatable and interesting. Provide tips on how to craft engaging stories, including using vivid details and emotions. Offer examples of how stories can help build rapport and create lasting impressions. Tip number 4: expand your vocabulary. Discuss the importance of having a varied vocabulary for casual conversation. Share resources for learning new words and phrases, such as online dictionaries, podcasts, or language learning apps. Encourage viewers to use new vocabulary in their daily conversations to improve fluency. Tip number 5: don't be afraid to be yourself. Emphasize the importance of authenticity and being comfortable in your own skin. Remind viewers that everyone makes mistakes and that's part of the learning process. Offer encouragement and a positive outlook on the journey of learning and improving skills. Your path to confidence. Summarize the 5 tips and emphasize the importance of consistency and practice. Encourage viewers to use these tips in their daily lives and to celebrate their progress. Close with a motivational call to action to embrace the opportunity to connect with others through engaging conversations. Now it's time to put these ideas into action. Choose 1 or 2 tips from today and try them out. Whether it's repeating a clip you like or joining an online conversation group, each step you take brings you closer to fluency. If this episode helped you, feel free to share it with someone else who's learning English too. We all grow better when we grow together. I'd love to hear from you. What tip are you most excited to try? Or do you have your own strategy that works? Leave a comment or connect with me on social media. I'll be cheering for you every step of the way. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss future lessons. Next time, we'll talk about how to speak English more confidently in everyday life. Until then, keep practicing, stay patient, and never forget, you've got this. Take care, my friend. See you in the next episode. Bye for now.